Hi everybody, and welcome to Music, Marriage, and Motherhood. I'm Hannah Adhikari, and today I am just sitting outside at the moment drinking some peppermint coffee. Yes, I know it is not even October yet as I'm recording this, but I just felt like drinking some Christmassy coffee. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm just drinking my coffee and sitting outside, just kind of basking in the morning sun a little bit. And I just started thinking about change and how much my life is going to be changing very soon. I'm 31 weeks pregnant today, and my husband is working on his medical school applications. He's on his secondaries right now, and it's just all becoming pretty real, pretty fast. So join me today as I talk a little bit about change. Music, Marriage, and Motherhood, Season 1, Episode 2, Change. Piano music by Hannah Adhikari. German Dance in E-flat major by Beethoven. So pretty much today, as I said, I'm just kind of hanging out outside and realizing a lot of things as I'm sipping on my coffee here. Change is pretty much the only guaranteed aspect of life. And I've heard that so many times that it kind of feels like beating a dead horse after a while, because I mean, why keep telling me that change is the only thing to expect? Can I expect to have some good routine, and can I expect to have some things that won't change, like relationships, like family, like home, like my husband? But I was talking with my friend the other day, and I just realized how much I've changed after that conversation. I used to be pretty absorbed into everybody's problems, and so stressed about oh, so and so is going through this, how can I make it better for them? Or so and so said this about me, and how can I let it go? Or so and so is mad at me, I just know it, how can I make it better? Just thinking about my friend's problems that she's having right now, and I realized that I was getting kind of upset a little bit, not really at my friend, but upset that it didn't make sense, right? Like they had been working really hard to do certain things, and why couldn't they just get it so that way they could move forward in their life and do better? Because I know they want it so bad, they want to do better, but it's like it's not happening. And I thought to myself, whenever I used to talk with my friends, I would just kind of be thinking to myself, oh, so and so's going through this is gonna haunt me the rest of the week. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, but I definitely did. And nowadays it's almost like in my head I know what their answer is, but I can't force them to do anything about it. It's their choice in the end, and I know what worked for me, and I can only tell them what worked for me and how I've gone through certain situations in my life, but I can't actually change their life, right? I can only give my perspective on it. And as I was talking to my friend, I was strongly realizing, oh my gosh, I have completely changed from when I was in high school. Going to college was a pretty humbling experience for me. Not because it was hard to navigate life on my own. And when you're alone by yourself, just thinking about things, you start to kind of find out reasons why you feel certain ways or why you are the way you are, and you kind of start, breaking that down. That, in that aspect, college was really hard. But it's also where I met my husband, and I'm forever grateful for that. Yeah, and then as soon as I got married, life changed even more. I was now responsible for a home and taking care of that home with my husband, and I was responsible to be the other half of somebody. I think in that way, I've just changed so much. Looking back on it, I'm drinking my coffee and I'm just going, what the heck? I didn't realize how much I've changed as a person. I don't really care about what other people think. Like when they look at me, I'm not so worried about my appearance. That's something that has been really pivotal. I'm only worried about who I am as a person, mostly. How can I spread joy to this person that I'm talking to right now? I'm not worried like, oh my gosh, I have this horrible zit on my face and I bet they're just thinking about it the whole time. I'm more worried about relationship since getting married, and I think that came from me having to worry about relationship in my marriage. You can't just focus on yourself when you're married to someone. I'm finding myself more and more as a wife becoming a little bit more responsible. I'm still as forgetful as always, but I'm not as bad as I was in college. There's a lot of things that, as I'm sitting here, even just talking to my friend the other day, I just am so thankful for the experiences that I've gone through, because they've taught me a lot of things, and I can't explain in words how failures can bring you the most wisdom for yourself and just kind of change your mindset on things. What comes to mind is I'm a piano teacher right now, and as a college student, I had quite a few failures. Well, they felt like immense failures. I basically didn't pass my exam for my senior recital because of one or two of my pieces that weren't up to par. And I had practiced for so long, so hard, and I was completely devastated. Like, how in the world can I work this hard and still fail at something? In that experience, God just kind of spoke to me and in the bathroom as I was crying at the time. And he said, Hannah, I see everything that you've done. I see it. It didn't really mesh with me for a couple weeks after that. It was pretty raw still. And the weeks following, I just had to tell myself, yeah, Hannah, you did work really hard and you did fail, period. That's what happened. What are you going to do about it? My husband, Biraj, and I were married my senior year of college. So Biraj and I talked about it a lot. And thank God for husbands, because they're always willing to listen when you're just brokenhearted or needing to rant or unsure what to do. He's kind of like my bounce board. So I just talked and talked and talked with him, and God just kept whispering to me, I see you. I saw everything. I saw all of the tears you put into your practice sessions. I saw the hours. I saw the care and the genuine concern you had to try to get everything where it needed to be, but it still wasn't enough. And that kind of failure, looking back, it changed me into thinking, I'm not going to be enough sometimes. And when I talked to my friend, it felt like everything that she was so worried about was being enough for everybody, and constantly trying to please everybody and make sure that make sure that nobody was upset at her. And I just kept thinking in my head, I don't understand why she's having this problem. Just be yourself, just try your best to do what you can. You can't do more than that. And I kept thinking, why is this so difficult for some people? And for me, it's so clear. I'm not perfect in any way, and there's so many things I'm still working on. But in this moment, as I was talking to my friend, I thought to myself, like, it's so clear what to do. Why is it not meshing? And I wanted to get my heart across to her, and it just didn't seem like it was happening. And I'm sitting here and thinking about that, and I had to go through that really crazy experience. It took about almost 2 years of me really contemplating and praying and talking through things and just sitting with myself to understand that I'm not going to be enough for everybody sometimes. And it took those years and all of those tears for me to understand that for myself. So, maybe it just takes them going through a certain experience and having that failure before they can really feel that in their spirit, that they are not going to be enough for some people. It doesn't feel okay in the moment, but you feel okay when you can understand that, because you're not so worried about everyone else. You're just enjoying what God has given you in your life in the moment. That kind of shocked me a little bit as I'm sitting here. I really have changed quite a bit. Hannah, even 4 years ago, I remember so many times, so many parents, student parents, just constantly saying, oh, this or that about the student, and oh, how can I accommodate this parent? Oh, you don't do this enough, so we're changing, teachers. Oh my gosh, am I doing something wrong? Is every single student that I've taught in this whole wide world now gonna fail because I didn't do this right? Going through all those parent-student situations, even 4 years ago, I wanted to be enough for everyone. Everyone. It didn't matter. I wanted to be enough for Biraj. I wanted to be enough for my friends. I wanted to be enough for every single student. I wanted to be enough for all my parents, student parents, and it just didn't happen, obviously, right? And now, I don't want to say it's easy, but I think it's getting easier for me to understand that concept now. And that is the best change that I could ever imagine. It totally removes fear out of the equation and it replaces it with contentment for your life and for who you are, because we all have something unique and special about ourselves that we can share with people, and not everyone is going to understand that unique quality. It's just the way it is. I think for life in general, change is going to be inevitably hard, but good. And that's what I'm just contemplating right now. I'm about to be a mom. And what is that going to look like? Am I going to be able to sit out here in the morning and drink coffee for 30 minutes? Probably not. That's a change that I'm kind of, I don't want to say worried about, but I'm definitely very much aware of. How is my life going to change when we move? When my husband goes to his medical school of choice, how is that going to look? We're gonna have to rebuild our life in a completely different area. And again, I don't want to say I'm worried about it, because I have known that he wanted to go to medical school since we got married. So this is not something new for me. And God has really just kind of gradually sunk this in for me. Thankfully, I didn't have to just have this thrown on me, but it's still a very big change, and I'm definitely aware of it. Definitely aware of it. And I guess what this whole episode is kind of getting around to is, what is change to you? Because I know for me, it used to be this horrendous, ugly monster. And I was just committed to keep things exactly the same. Committed. Like, when I tell you committed, I was committed. Literally everything about my life had to be the same as when things felt simple, when things felt good. There wasn't a lot of responsibility. There wasn't a lot of worries. There wasn't heaviness. It was just me living rent-free in my parents' house and enjoying all the things that they paid for every single day. You know, it was a much simpler time. Now I'm married. I have my own home. I have a lot of more responsibilities, and I'm okay with that, actually. I guess somewhere between high school, college, getting married, all the way to now, I've really kind of settled in to what it means to change without even realizing it. I just kind of let the experiences that I went through, let the failures that I went through, the victories, you know, because we all have hundreds of experiences we go through each day, let alone each year, that change us into hopefully better people. And I've just become very content with who I am, and I'm very thankful for that, because it didn't used to be this way. Not at all. Like I said, it's not that I am fully content in who I am. I am definitely seeing things get easier, but they're still hard, and it's still a process. We're all still growing a little bit at a time, and I don't think that will ever stop. But it's just beautiful to think about. Even nature is in constant motion and constant change, and we find so much beauty in that, you know. Fall is coming soon. It's a beautiful morning, and I remember a month ago when the sun was shining so brightly. It was 100 degrees outside, and somehow there's still beauty in that too. And it's kind of funny that we don't apply that beauty to ourselves. We just kind of look around us and see all the change and all of the wonderful things that our friends are becoming, or our family members are becoming, and we thrive. We're thriving for them. We're so happy and we're so joyful for them and their lifestyle changes and their big decisions that have changed who they are in good ways. We look around and see the change in technology, and we are just amazed by it. We're just so excited about it. I just hope that today, after listening to me ramble for about 20 minutes, that maybe you can find some beauty in the change for yourself. Find something beautiful that has changed, because it really is. It's beautiful. Beautiful in its own way, because it's you. You're unique, and you're beautiful in your own way. Now my coffee is cold, and it doesn't really seem like I'm gonna be finishing this. I might need to add some ice cubes or something to kind of perk it up a little. Hopefully you've got a nice hot cup of coffee that you're sipping on right now, and it's not as cold as mine is. But in any case, I pray that this episode has brought you a new perspective on change, or maybe it just confirms what you've already been feeling about change. Thank you for stopping by and giving some of your time for music, marriage, and motherhood. Have a great day, everybody.